going on, everyone? So we have to talk about AVANTIS. Right now we are down 6.9%, almost 7% in the last 24 hours on AVANTIS, 18% in the last 7 days, 20% in the last 2 weeks, 37% in the last 30 days. It just seems like this is never going to stop. But we're going to talk about that today. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. But let's talk about this because look, 24-hour trading volume at 22 million. That's sad. 80 million market cap. So yeah, it's obvious, this thing has been dumping and dumping and dumping. And I have been predicting and predicting and predicting. Let me stop. But actually, we had this rising wedge here, and I knew it was going to break down. I'll explain a few reasons why. But yeah, it was a rising wedge, which is a bearish pattern, and then it started to dump from there. And this is the rising wedge right here for those of you that don't know. Bearish pattern here. So you'd never want to see something entering a rising wedge. It's not a good pattern to be in. But one thing that we can say for AVANTIS is that right now at this time it's almost like overbought at this, or oversold at this point. If you look here on the percent R trending exhaustion, it's definitely oversold. But remember, it can stay oversold for longer than expected because it has been oversold for longer than expected. Notice the long-term trend, which is the blue line, stays down here and doesn't increase with the short term because it's been oversold for longer than expected. Same thing here. The long-term trend has only ever been up for AVANTIS since it's launched, from about October 20th to about November 1st. And then after that, it hasn't been back since. It's just been dumping. So anyways, we're still in that same position here inside of AVANTIS, where oversold here. It could stay, like I said, it could continue to stay oversold for longer. You keep noticing that the short-term trend breaks out past the long-term, so that's pretty bad. Selling volume just building up on the MACD. I still expect 28 cents here for AVANTIS. Technically, it's 27 cents. If you can see down there, 0.2780, 28 cents. That's what I'm saying. Still expecting 28 cents here for AVANTIS. So get ready for that, guys, because it's coming. So we just keep creating these bearish patterns here, and we just keep dumping more and more and more. Now we are kind of forming a little bit of a falling wedge, which is a bullish pattern, by the way. So also keep that in mind. But I'm bearish because everything else is creating a rising wedge, not a falling wedge. All right. So everything has created a rising wedge. AVANTIS is kind of in a falling wedge, which is a little bit weird to say the least. And it is oversold. It's overdue. It's long overdue for a pump. I wouldn't be surprised if a temporary rally came. And when I say temporary rally, kind of similar to this, like 32 cents, 36 cents, and then big dump, right? Anything can happen. We could see it going up to 42 cents and then continuing to dump. Or we could just see it coming up to 33 cents and then dumping from there. Either way, the dump is continuing. So even though it shows a bullish pattern, which is a falling wedge, which is bullish, we're coming into it from a downtrend. Typically when that happens, it's usually a false signal of a falling wedge. So this probably is not a bullish sign at all. Even though it's a falling wedge, it's probably not bullish. Not all falling wedges are bullish. I think it has like a 77% win rate. This is of the odd 23% or whatever that this is not winning, because yeah, I definitely expect some more selling pressure here for this, especially if Bitcoin goes down too, because everything else is in a rising wedge. Bitcoin, I just went over Bitcoin, a rising wedge. Pudgy Penguins just went over Pudgy Penguins. They're in a rising wedge as well, which is both bearish patterns. And then the overall crypto market, the top three here is also inside of a rising wedge, kind of a rising wedge. I don't want to formulate something that's not there, but it kind of is. It's kind of in a weird space, actually. This is an ascending triangle, but it's formed so weird. I don't really want to say that this is actually an ascending triangle, which is a bullish pattern, by the way. But still, I don't trust it because we're in a downtrend right now, and there's a lot of false signals being thrown up. A lot of false signals, so I don't trust those. But what I will say is we have bearish patterns for Bitcoin and similar altcoins like Pudgy Penguins, AVANTIS, and there's a few more that have those patterns. But you know, it is what it is. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know what you think about AVANTIS going down to 28 cents. Do you think it's going to happen? Do you think it's going to get a relief rally soon? Or do you think it's just going to keep going down, 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 and down? Because even though this is supposed to be a falling wedge, it kind of looks like it wants to break down even lower. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. As always, I'll be back with another video.